Good morning, everyone. Myself, Professor T.V. Hadi, HOD Department of Commerce, Sri S.R. Kanti, Arts, Commerce, and Science College, Muthoot. Today, I would like to start the royalty accounts. First, we know the introduction of the royalty accounts. Okay, royalty is periodical payment for the use of certain property or right belonging to the owner. Owner has right to give the asset to use of the lessee. So lessee has pay periodical payments to the lessor for using his right. Okay. Parties are like patentee, publisher, tenant, like there are so many users of the royalty are the right to use the asset against some consideration. Consideration is nothing about the payment made to the owner. There are two parties in royalty agreement. Those royalty is periodical payment based on output or sale. In royalty, there is minimum two parties to make the agreement of royalty. Okay, the royalty is periodical payment based on output or sale. Royalty payment is based on the output or sale of the units. Okay, periodical payments, it may be monthly or yearly, made by lessee to the lessor. Meaning of royalty. Royalty is amount which is paid as consideration for the use of right to the owner. Okay, royalty is a amount which is paid as consideration for the use right of the owner. It means that ಮಾಲೀಕನ ಪರವಾನಗಿಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರವಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ, about the terms and conditions of royalty transactions like period of lease, rate of royalty, minimum rent, etc. is called royalty agreement. In there are two parties are required for the agreement of the royalty. One is lessor and another one is lessee. In that agreement there are some terms and conditions are there, like at what rate he has to pay the royalty, and what is the minimum rent, and what is the short working, regarding short working, like it is called royalty agreement. Next, who is lessor and who is lessee? Lessor or owner is the person who gives right to use the asset to lessee. Lessor is the owner. ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಓನರ್. ಯಾರು ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅವನು ಓನರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಆರ್ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅಸೆಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ? ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ ಆರ್ ಟೆನೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, these both are the these words are the synonymous. Is the person who uses the asset and makes the periodical payment of using the right. ಅಂದರೆ ಆಸ್ತಿಯ ಮಾಲೀಕನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ತೀವಿ ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಯೂಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅವರ ಟೆನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಏನು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ತ್ರೀ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ. ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಬೈ the lessee of mine to lessor or ಟೆನೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಿರಿಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ದ tenant to the landlord. If for example like gold mine or oil mine or lime mines, these are the mines for there is agreement between the tenant and landlord. Here tenant is using the mine for to make the production and paid the royalty on the basis of the output or sale of the product. Okay, next, patent royalty. It is the periodical payment based on output made by lessee of the patent right to lessor or patentee. Here also there is a agreement between patentee and patenter. So here, if the patentee has right to manufacture or sale of the product to the patenter, he makes payments to the patentee. This is called it as payment, patent royalty. Okay, copyright royalty, third one. It is a periodical payment based on the sale made by lessee of the copyright to the lessor. You will call it as publisher to author. It means that if a publisher has wrote his book and if the author is wrote his book and published to the publisher, here publisher has paid royalty on the basis of books are sale. There is agreement between the lessor as lessee, like publisher and author. Okay, these are three types of the royalty. Next, difference between royalty and rent. See, okay, there are three, make it three columns, that is point of difference. Second column is royalty, third column is rent. Okay, basis of payment in royalty and rent. Okay, it is payable on the basis of production and sales. Okay, and rent is payable on the basis of time, weekly or monthly. Okay, ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ. ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನು ಮತ್ತು ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ರೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪೇಬಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೀಕ್ಲಿ, ಮಂತ್ಲಿ, ಇಯರ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ ವೈಸ್ ನಾವು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ವೈಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಪೇಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ production and sales. We have to make the payments to the lessor. Okay, next, amount. The amount is variable on the basis of the production and sales. If the production will be increased, the royalty will be increased, and if he gets the more royalty. Okay, in generally generally rent amount is fixed with regards to time. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ in rent there is a fixed by the ಓನರ್ ಟು ದ ಟೆನೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆನೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದರೆ ಬಾಡಿಗೆದಾರನಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟಾಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನಂತಂದರೆ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ಬಾಡಿಗೆಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಓಕೆ, he received the fixed amount of the rent. Next, persons. Which are the persons? In royalty there is a tenant and landlord. We will use the word as in rent as lessor and lessee. Okay, these are the difference between royalty and rent. Next, meaning of minimum rent. Okay, royalty agreements contain a clause for payment of the minimum rent to the lessor. In a royalty agreement there is a clause to pay the minimum rent to the lessor for every year as royalty, irrespective of actual output to be taken by lessee, simply in order to assure lessor of a certain regular income from his property. Here lessee has paid minimum or fixed amounts to the lessor, we will call it as minimum rent. This is the clause in royalty agreement. Okay. Next, meaning of short working. Meaning of short working. Short working means whenever the minimum rent is more than the actual royalty, the difference is called short working. ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ರೆಂಟು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ರೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ. ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ರಾಯಲ್ಟಿ ಅರ್ನ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್.